All right, then I'll kick this bitch into life then.
It's the Year of Shame Challenge.
So hello everyone, this is March, the number 3 edition of the Year of Shame Challenge 5 of 2017. My name's Trevor, and unfortunately I shall be your host for this evening. I'm not going. Yeah, you say that now. Wait till it's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. I would explain the rules to you, but you can just Google them. It's fucking Challenge 5 for Christ's sake. If you don't know what it is yet, you've clearly found this by accident. So guys, introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Steve-O.
Hiya, I'm Linton.
And I'm Digital Pariah.
And I'm Trevor, clearly. So, thoughts and feelings, guys. It's first quarter's done.
Aye.
Who wants to kick off?
25% of the way through. It's brilliant.
That's you then,
Oh,
Steve.
am I kicking off? No, can someone else go first? I'm waiting for a cup of tea. My mouth is parched.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Did you then? You can start because you're in my top left-hand corner.
Alright, that's how it works. Okay.
I know you're going to be a bunch of cunts to me this week, aren't you? I can just see it starting now. You know, like,
Yeah.
Derek, how's you doing today? How was your day?
The first quarter has been... I would like to say easy, but the last couple of weeks have actually been quite tough.
Why is that? Just because of new releases of a day?
Yeah, it's releases of titles that I know I would have definitely sunk on. And quite a large upsurge of love from the community for those titles.
Nier and Horizon?
Oh, keep adding to that.
Mass Effect?
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, I'm sure we'll touch on this when we get to the things we've missed. But yeah, I've certainly felt the pinch. This particular month, I've had to rein myself in. Yeah, I've had a hard couple of weeks this month.
How about you then, Linton?
Oh gosh, well, you've just dropped the bomb and said that it's 25% into the challenge. And it makes me realise I've done nothing. I've not even made a dent in my pile whatsoever.
But have you purchased anything? That's the thing.
Oh, I've not purchased anything, no.
You've remained strong, so I'd say you're winning so far. It doesn't matter how much you've actually progressed your pile. One of the main things is we're not buying games, and if you're not buying games, then I'd say you're on a winner so far.
This is true, yeah. Doesn't make it better.
Are you drinking tea out of a coffee mug?
Yes, I am. Got no problem with that.
Fucking heathen.
It's the biggest mug I've got in the house.
It's just a mug, isn't it?
Yeah. What's it? It's tea.
It's just a mug. What's the matter? What goes in there?
It doesn't matter. It's a hot beverage.
Anyway, what am I talking about? I'm drinking Jack Daniels out of a beer glass. I take it back.
Anyway.
I retract that last comment.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, no, it's alright. The first 3 months have been difficult in terms of just trying to refrain myself from buying anything. But yeah, I've got this far. So, and I think the next 3 months now, there isn't too much coming out that really appeals to me. So, hopefully, a bit of plain sailing. So
go ahead, Stevie. What are you up to?
I'm feeling remarkably chipper, to be honest. It's last month I was on a bit of a funk. That was because of the tablets I was taking. This month they seem to have kicked in, and to be honest, although there's all these games coming out, we'll discuss the big titles that in a wee minute. Some of the ones that Digi is certainly getting the itches over. I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest. Especially hearing some of the rumours about glitches in Mass Effect that's come out. It just makes me a bit chirpier knowing that when I do get it in 9 months' time, all those glitches and bugs will hopefully be ironed out and be getting a better experience at a cheaper price. The only thing I've noticed is that because I'm concentrating more on the challenge, I don't seem to be keeping up with the news as much. I'm not as active in the various communities because for whatever reason I'm just seem to be going off and doing my own thing. So it's made me a little bit antisocial, but not feeling too bad about the challenge so far. The only thing that has got me this month was the announcement of Shadow of War, and that just came out the blue, and I loved Shadow of Mordor, so it's just, is this going to be a joker? A joker or a gift for this year? I don't know.
Is it looking like a September release for that? Is it?
August to September, October time. It's definitely more towards the end of the challenge, so it might be okay. In that, just after around about Christmas, it's getting in the sales and stuff. But I just remember last year at EGX, last time at Earl's Court, hadn't heard anything about Shadow of Mordor. Went into the PlayStation demo thing, and within about 20 minutes, I'd pre-ordered it, and it was probably one of my games of the year.
It's a great game.
That's the only thing that's kind of sideswiped me this month. Other than that, feeling remarkably good, to be honest.
Shadow of War. Sorry, mate, I interrupted you. You carry on.
No, it's okay. Go on.
I was going to say that Shadow of War would have been a potential joker for me as well, had it not been for Destiny 2 being. Was it leaked? Did we say leaked the other day? So that's looking at September. Mm-hmm. That's one of the games that you're going to be looking at because of the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah, see, I've not played Destiny in at least a year now. I think I played it for about a month after. What was the last release before? House of War was the one after that.
Rise of Iron.
Rise of Iron.
No, there's one in between.
Yeah, Taken King.
Taken King, that's it.
Yeah.
I've not played it since about a month after the Taken King, when we did the raid, and there was another Crota hard mode incident involving community members having paddies over it, and yes, I've not been back since. So,
babies.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that ruined it for me. Destiny is just, it's the only game I've played where people that I play with online have got genuinely angry at a game, and it just wasn't fun. So other than that, feeling good. What about you, Trev? How's it going for you?
It's going well. What can I say? Don't really missed anything. I did when I go back into our pile progress, I'll show what I did. Try and start some games, but I just fell back to an old favourite. So no, I'm okay.
Fallout 4 by any chance?
It may have been Fallout 4. Could have been. I thought, fuck it. I'll tell you why I went back to it later, because I did try and get one of my Nemesis games off, and I thought, fuck this for a game of soldiers. I'll go back to Fallout 4. So that's me done.
Do you like Fallout, Trev? Do you like Fallout?
Yeah, do you know,
it's all right.
I can take it or leave it. It's a bit of a noddy game. I might have put about 5 or 6 hours in it. It's just one of those things. Take it or leave it. I'm not obsessed with it.
Not in the slightest.
In any way, shape, or form. It just happens to be a nice game. Okay, then I'll jump into then what we've missed.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah, well, why not? Because that's on my fucking agenda. It's the next thing. Well, what else do you want?
No, it's just we seem to have gone through thoughts and feelings rather quickly this month. It's normally we're all spraffing on for half an hour.
Yeah, I think a lot of the thoughts.
Has anyone else got any thoughts and feelings?
What's been released?
Yeah.
So.
All right,
we're saving it.
Yeah, we'll save it. Okay.
Yeah, because I've deliberately changed the order, because the last one is Digi and I sent a message to each other about it. So
okay.
Shut up.
Right.
Hey, I'm hosting. I'm in fucking charge.
Okay.
It's
God.
Fuck people's feelings. We'll be having a big hug session and being naked round a fire or something next. So, top of the doors is Ghost Recon Wildlands.
You're doing it. Okay.
Oh, do you want to do it? You can do it. Fuck it. You do it. No. You fucking do it now. That was my segment. Take away my
It's
segment.
only for this month.
No, go on, fuck it.
It's only for this month. It's because you're hosting the show. You don't have to do two things.
Oh, okay.
You see, if you want to do it, you can do it.
No, fuck
Right,
it.
okay, fine. Don't fucking do it. I was going to recap over a couple from last month as well, right? Because they happened after we'd recorded. There was last month after we'd recorded. There was Halo Wars 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now I know Halo Wars. You're a bit interested in that, aren't you, Linton?
Yes, yeah, I was, yeah.
Fine, we'll do co-op next year. I'm
Certainly will, mate.
But Horizon Zero Dawn as well. Noted that was getting a lot of love from various communities, and not looked at any posts, no spoilers, nothing. That remains happily spoiler free. But what has happened is what I thought would happen. As soon as the next shinies come along, it seems to have been dumped.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I would totally disagree with you there, Steve-O. I wouldn't say it's fallen off the radar because the next big thing has come out. I think it's fallen off the radar because people completed it.
So quickly.
People were putting 50, 60, 70 hours into that game.
Really, see, this is the thing. Because I'm being antisocial and not being on the communities, I've not been paying attention to the Horizon.
No, the love for that game has been phenomenal. Greater than I thought it was going to be.
I knew it was going to be big. There's a lot of people anticipating it beforehand.
Yeah, but the problem with that is always the same problem you see with a lot of these games, is it could suffer overhyped far too easily.
Yeah, a bit like The Division and
looks like
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like this one has actually hit expectations for a lot of people, which is surprising in itself.
I'd say it's more of a surprise than hitting expectations, because it's been a new IP.
I must admit, I was tempted once I saw the gush and the love, and I thought, that's just my sort of game, fucking running around doing shit.
It's, yeah. Well, it's on my list for next year. It did give me a
pang of regret that I cancelled my order of that. But it is what it is. And it's a single-player game, so it's one that doesn't bug me so much about leaving it till next year.
Yeah. And there's not actually been that many multiplayer games come out so far this year that I know of, at least competitive ones anyway, and none that anybody's been jumping on hard. It's just it has pretty much been all single player decent releases. But yeah, we'll get them all in 2018. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Right. So going by my list for March. Half my list we can just disregard because it is a big, long list of Switch games, which none of us have actually played.
I cut those out of my list.
Well, the only one that I've really
seen,
there's stuff like Shovel Knight, Super Bomberman, World of Goo. Not really fussed about any of them, but the only one that kind of we should mention is probably Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, because it seems to be the only one anyone's picking up. That's all they're buying the system for, by the looks of it.
Well, in honesty, that was the only game that was really out when it was released, wasn't it? All those ones are coming out later.
No, so,
it's the new game.
Initial releases were 1-2 Switch, I'm Setsuna, Human Resource Machine, Just Dance 2017, Little Inferno, Snipperclip, Shovel Knight, Skylanders, Super Bomberman, and World of Goo. They were all day one releases.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Super Bomberman would tempt me from nostalgia purposes, but it's fucking expensive, isn't it, on the Switch? Isn't it something like, I can't remember if someone told me it was about $50. I thought, what, Super Bomberman? Are you having a laugh?
Yeah, the pricing of the Switch carts have been slated in the media, to be honest.
Okay, back to the list. Nier Automata.
Another one that I'm regretting, because that looked really good, but
sadly,
single player.
Sadly,
yeah, I would have been tempted.
I have pre-ordered the soundtrack for it. That was released on there. It came with a special day one. No, sorry, first printing comes with a third disc. So yeah, I'm getting that fucker. Now the next one on my list, I think you might hear something.
Warning. Please remain calm. Some daft bastard has bought a game. I repeat. Some daft bastard has bought a game.
So, did anybody buy
it's
Ghost
true.
Recon?
Yeah.
No.
I picked that up. That's my gift.
You got the Mega
As
Bastard
most of the
edition, didn't
community
you?
already knows.
Yeah. You got the big bastard with the headset and all that kind of thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
You got a special edition, have you?
It's not the headset you're using tonight, is it?
No, it's not. No.
Oh yeah, send that
So-
back if it was.
So talk to us about Wildlands Endage. Tell us what your feelings are.
Do you know what? It's been really strange. I think the challenge has done something to me.
You're not enjoying it, are you?
Because so
Oh, dear.
far, I've probably put about 15 hours into Ghost Recon since it launched.
That's 7th of March. That's 3 weeks ago, nearly.
Yeah,
That is
That's
nothing
it
for
for
you,
it.
Didge. That's nothing for you, is it?
exactly. No, this is what it's confused me so much. I'm happy to jump into it on a Tuesday with Pete and Lee, and we'll do a few hours on it there. And in between, I'll maybe jump on for an hour or two and do the easier sections, just to level up my own character. But I'm not grinding through it the way I normally would. So yeah, I think something's broken.
Is it the game, or do you think it's you? And what do you think's not grabbing you about it?
No, it's not grabbing me. I
Not at all?
totally love the game.
It's not.
Right.
I just don't want to waste the game by burning through it too quickly.
Right.
That's fair enough.
I get you.
So I'm taking a very calm and casual and steady approach to it, and just approaching it very slightly rather than hammering onto it like a lot of people did with Horizon.
People tend to do that because the next game's coming out within a fortnight, 3 weeks, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, but this one's more like it'll be more like Division type thing in that you can go back and replay it with your group, and you're not kind of trying to get through the story as quickly as possible. I think the whole thing about Wildlands is they're trying to.
It's more of a co-op experience.
That's what I'm trying to get at. It's
Yeah.
What the way they work it is there's several separate sections, and each of them have different difficulties, and each of them have different missions. Now, if you complete all the missions in an area, and then group up with someone that hasn't completed those missions in the area, they can still start those missions, and you can still play those missions. So even if I miss out on stuff that the guys have already finished, we can all pick it up later.
How's the driving in it?
Still as bad as it was.
Is it?
As far as people are concerned, still as bad as it was. I don't mind the driving. I quite like that whole slidey, over the top, defying physics sort of thing, because it just makes the game feel faster paced.
I get the speed of it. It did feel very awkward for me though, the driving.
it was the helicopter
You do
controls.
get used to it.
Helicopter controls I fucking hated because
I got used to those.
it didn't feel
I mean,
intuitive.
if you watch some of the videos that me and Pete do, you'll see we're literally flying a helicopter around. We're skirting around hills. We're dropping people off on hillsides and then disappearing off to another area. It's intuitive now.
Right, because I was on the beta and I just didn't like it. Really, it just didn't enjoy it. I really enjoyed Advanced Warfighter, those two, but this one, there's just something about it. I just could not get into it, which is I'm a little bit disappointed.
The closed or the open?
Both. I was on both of them.
Right. Okay. Did you try the new area in the open beta?
No, I went back in and I thought.
There's the problem.
Played about half an hour and I thought I can't be arsed with this again.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
The issue that Ubisoft had, and I've said this to quite a lot of people, is that they opened up the training area as the beta. So the enemies in there was dumb as shit. They were easy to kill, and the missions were easy to complete. There was nothing to challenge you. Now, the open beta opened up a 5-skull difficulty area, the hardest areas in the game. And the enemies and the bases that you had to assault and missions you had to complete could not be done without playing it as co-op, unless you dropped the difficulty down to easy. So it does have to be played in a good co-op way to actually accomplish properly.
See, I'm still
And
not
that's what was
convinced.
missing from that first beta.
Probably. And all I know is that if I hadn't been on this challenge, I would have, beta or not, I would have probably dropped on it and then played most of it single player and fallen out of love with it and regret wasting 50, 60 quid, because I would have bought a limited edition as well.
95.
Well, I wouldn't have gone for that one. It would have been like the gold edition or something that comes with a season pass, and just not felt as though I'd got my money worth out of it. Anything else you want to say about Ghost Recon?
No, happy with my purchase.
No.
Okay.
Fair dues, mate. Fair dues.
Let's see if you regret it in a
I'm
few
now the
months' time.
first to commit to 50% of my allowances.
Yeah, you only got one left.
I'm happy with it.
Can you remember when you slagged me off for saying I thought you'd be the first guy to actually break and buy something? And you said, "Oh, when did you see it was going to be?"
No. I think we found that conversation. Who would be the first to break, as in the first to cave and buy something out with the rules?
Oh, okay.
Fail the challenge.
So you obviously didn't understand the question, then, Trev. So that's no surprise.
No, because you asked me the question, I didn't fucking understand.
Oh,
what
here
you
he
were fucking
goes.
talking
Here he
about.
goes.
Go on then.
Right. Carrying on from the list, we have on Xbox One and PC Marvel vs. Capcom, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. No,
I had no idea that was coming out.
Yeah, blank faces.
Not even a flicker.
Yeah. I'll ignore the Switch and 3DS games because don't want to be accused of being 6. On PC, now this one's a bit confusing because I thought this was already out. The Elder Scrolls Legends. I thought it was out, or is it just been
beta?
Is it been beta up to this? And this is the full release now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I quite enjoy that anyway. It's free to play, as far as I know.
You can get it on iOS as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've not released the Android version yet. That was it. On PS4, March 14th, Danganronpa 1.2 Reload. The fuck is that?
Yes.
Is that one of your...
What do you mean? What the
Is
fuck
that
is
one of
that?
yours?
It's a great video
That's
game.
one of yours, Trevor. Right, okay.
It's okay.
Is it one of the...
It's not as bad as Sengoku. It's not as bad as Sengoku Kagura,
Okay.
I must admit.
Also on the 14th, for your VR device of choice, is Star Trek Bridge Crew. I would have been buying that if I hadn't been on this challenge. I like the look of that. It looked good.
Yeah, I must admit, I did like the look of it. I even found myself on eBay bidding for a VR set. I don't know what I was doing. I thought, when you're doing this, you can't even buy the fucking game if you win this fucker.
It's all good. We'll be, yeah. I might. That'll definitely be one that's in the sales next year. I'm hoping.
So I've not seen that game at all. What's it all about?
Well, basically, there's four. It's a 4-player co-op thing. You each. You're on the bridge of whatever starship. Okay, one of you plays the captain, one of you plays navigation, one's comms, one's engineer, and you basically fly around on missions, doing all like the raising shields and whatever. You're actually trying to pilot a Federation starship. So
Yeah. That wouldn't be a game for the four of us to fucking play. It'd be hopeless. Because halfway through, we'd be able to hear what Linton's saying. All you'd see is fucking Digi mouthing something, going, "The fuck is he doing?" We've been rowing about something.
No,
we'd have
it's
crashed
not
into
his
something.
choice. Digi Scotty, he's engineering.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a fucking surprise.
I can't even break the rules of physics.
Now, also out on the 14th was Styx Shards of Darkness. Anyone know anything about that?
I do, yeah.
The first one was a PS3 game.
Oh yeah, it was a PS Plus title, wasn't
which
it?
was an RPG. No,
Yeah,
no, it was,
yeah.
there was a game before that.
Was there?
Was
of
it?
Orcs
Oh
and
yeah,
Men
it's the
was
third
an
one.
RPG that followed Styx as a sort of sidekick character, and then you had the PS4 release, which was like a stealth Sam Fisher-esque type game. And then this is the direct sequel to that.
It's made by French blokes anyway.
So I suppose I better actually play the PSN Plus title first.
Don't, it's shit.
Is it? Right, okay.
Yeah,
I'll classify that one now.
I tell you what, I don't think it was very successful. It came out on PSN Plus, I think, just after the Shadows of Mordor. So it was like, oh yeah, if you like Shadows of Mordor, you'll like this. And clearly, no, because this game is shit compared to Shadows of Mordor. But I think this one's got some added bits to it. I did see a YouTube clip. It's quite funny, of kicking guys off the edge of the castle. But I don't know. It's a weird game.
Some of the kill animations were quite entertaining, and some of the takedowns are entertaining. But I'm not a huge stealth. I'm not a huge fan of games that solely play with stealth and punish you like really harshly if you make a single mistake. I'm not a huge fan of that type of game, and this is one of those. If you make one mistake, you're back to the start of the level.
Oh,
It just frustrated me.
Not bothered.
Well, that's sort of my street. That sort of stealth game. That's just because I'm a pedant and like to self-flagellate myself.
Did you say peasant?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit of
peasant.
masochism goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
Now, Trev was surprised by this one. He completely
missed this one completely.
Senran Kagura, Peach Beach Splash.
I'm sorry.
Yes, it's an educational title. It's not for the children, obviously.
I suggest you go look it up on
some
YouTube.
interesting gameplay.
Yeah.
Dave, not when your kids are
Not
around.
when your kids are around.
She can do this.
Yeah.
She can do the splits bizarrely.
I was worried that the missus would come in while I was watching it on YouTube for a second. It's like it's amazing physics in the game, I have to say.
It looked like quite a fun little game, to be fair.
I think that's a Japanese release. I don't think that's European release.
I don't know. It doesn't say on my list. It just says PS4 March 16th.
It doesn't matter. I've got Japanese versions of Senran Kagura as well.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, it's girls in bikinis splashing
He
each
was
other.
pumping that water pistol very vigorously, and
Yes.
getting the pressure up on that.
What can I say about the Japanese games? She'd have done you a fucking injury though if that was in real life. That isn't the old sauce bottle trick. You'd have ended up in casualty going, can you fix that? Oh, no.
Next one, Binding of Isaac on Switch. Not bothered. Now this might twitch some arseholes. Mass Effect Andromeda was out this week.
Yes.
See, I was going to leave this to the end of mine.
You would, I know you would, but I go through it by date.
Because it's another one of those things, and I know everyone has had this conversation before. Just because a game gets 7 out of 10 doesn't mean it's fucking shit. 7 out of 10 is quite a good score.
It's above average.
Yeah.
If it's 5 out of 10, that's average.
Actually, and for arseholes to think about it, I actually went and looked. Skyrim on PS3 from PlayStation Lifestyle got 10 out of 10 for a game, let's face it, was fucking broken. Anyone who thinks 7 out of 10 is a bad score, you're never going to get a girlfriend if you're looking for perfect 10s, because trust me, there aren't many of them out there, and if you're playing video games all the time and you're looking for a perfect 10, she's not fucking interested in you. I'm just saying,
I don't think
if you're a little fat hair belly sitting at home masturbating to Senran Kagura, a 10 out of 10 is not going to be looking at you.
I don't know. Do any of us really look at game scores anymore? Review scores? I don't.
No,
I don't.
I think I go more off of personal recommendations now. I look more at videos. There's I've not really. I still pay attention to certain review scores, and because I read Edge every month. Generally, my tastes kind of follow the way they go anyway. So if they're usually saying it's 6 to 7, it's kind of like, well, it's probably my 6 to 7 as well. But I generally don't pay much attention to review scores anymore, because it's all about. You could have a 10 out of 10 game, but it's not something that I particularly play. If you just pick it up because it's a 10 and everyone's raving about it, and then you find out, I fucking don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the good thing. I think sometimes by looking at what goes on in Midlife Game, because I saw Dougie saying something about it, because someone had said, "Oh, it's 77 out of 10." I said, "No, it's a good game. Just go on and play with it." You know, the guys in the community that play the same games as you do. If they say, "Oh yeah, it's okay," you think, "Oh yeah, well I know Dougie thinks it's okay and he plays similar games to me. It must be okay." But if it's some random saying this game is shit and the animation is crap and it's not in 1080p, you're thinking, "Oh, for fuck's sake, get a life or get a girlfriend." Obviously, one that's slightly above her than 7 out of 10, which is not going to happen to you.
Right, see,
not unless you've got a big jar of chloroform. You might get a 10 out of 10.
Obviously, a very personal perspective on this stuff.
Oh.
And that's the fact that because of the work that I do for Midlife Gamer, we have to watch as our review scores are slated and abused because we're scoring something lower than what people are expecting it to be. But we typically try to go with the rule that 5 out of 10 is your average, 7 out of 10 is a good game, 8 out of 10 is a great game, 9 out of 10 is an amazing game, and 10 out of 10 is next to impossible to fucking achieve.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There can't be a 10 out of 10 game anymore. Yeah. Because you're going to have that 59 gig fucking update that comes through as soon as you put the fucking disc in.
Yeah. So, I mean, this will kick off about 7 out of 10, and the whole bullshit about Breath of the Wild dropping from 98 to 97% on Metacritic and people sending fucking death threats to people because of it.
Oh shit, really? I could have put something saying this game is shit, it's for children.
That part of the community that I just cannot fucking stand. I really cannot stand it. I agree with you guys. I would happily do away with review scores. There's only one problem.
Yeah, I mean,
people expect them, don't they?
It's not just that. The whole industry runs off them.
Yeah.
I mean, game developers get their bonuses based on what their Metacritic score hits.
Yeah.
So, game publishers don't give review copies to reviewers that don't use a review score. So you're tied to this bullshit score system that you can never get rid of because the publishers, the developers, and the reviewers are all tied together into it.
But didn't one of the publications stop doing it? Didn't they just put must play?
Yeah, there's quite a few that have done it. They've taken it off their own back and said, "Oof, we're getting rid of it." But I mean, they're in the minority.
IGN don't put numbers on it.
Obviously,
did IGN stop putting numbers on it?
I don't think it's IGN. I'm not sure who it is.
IGN scored their reviews.
I think Eurogamer has.
Oh, is it Eurogamer? I know someone. There was one who did break from the
But you've also got to remember how big Eurogamer actually are.
Yeah, they're going to have the resources and the monopoly to be able to do that, aren't they?
Yeah. So I mean,
that's
smaller
right. Once you got
sites
the balls
that did the same thing collapsed. So it's not something every review site or every independent site could do because they would just fold. They would go under. So unfortunately, we're stuck with these bullshit review scores for the foreseeable future.
Review scores aside, and ignoring that topic, who would have been purchasing Mass Effect?
Yeah, I would have. I would have because
good God, yes, it's Mass Effect at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're a Mass Effect fan, you're going to buy the game.
You nearly did. Mm-hmm. Oh, good God.
Yep. Oh.
I just put that on my wall of shame again. Almost did. Justify your comments last time. Ka-ching.
So when you say you nearly did,
I bought the Collector's Edition Strategy Guide.
I classify that as hardware.
That's hardware.
No. Seriously, I was sitting hovering over the buy button on PSN. Because I had, as we discussed as the very first episode, I had quite a lot of PSN credit sitting aside. And obviously this was a big temptation for me, more for the multiplayer side of things than for the single player.
You enjoyed the multiplayer on 3, didn't you? I remember you was into it.
Yeah, I loved the multiplayer on 3.
Is it similar to that? Is that kind of co-op?
Very.
very similar.
It's a co-op.
I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Really enjoyed
exactly.
that.
That's
Didn't play much of it. But,
It was all right. I enjoyed it, but as soon as if there's one person in the team that was overpowered compared to the rest of the team, it made it far less enjoyable for the rest of the team that were of lower level,
Yeah.
And for me, because I felt a little bit left behind with it in a way, because a lot of people were a much higher level than me, because I come into it late and I didn't get as much time as other people. Whenever you're in a crew of 4 people and you're the lowest level player, it's not as enjoyable.
You're kind of carried. It's like in Diablo 3 or Destiny, for example, when you've got a low level character and high level character.
But it depends who you're with, though, doesn't it?
Through it rather than enjoying it.
Depends who you're with. I mean, I know I joined a group of guys. I can't remember who it was, but you'd hope that the people you're playing with would look at you and go, right, okay, well, he needs to level up then, so we'll give him something to do, sort of thing, rather than carry you through it and just go and kill everybody. But I remember being in a group, and one guy was just killing everybody, and I was just like, this is fucking boring. This is so. I binned it, you know what I mean? And
yeah, that's like when you're playing Diablo and Steve arrives on your fucking game and you're level 17 and he's like some paragon and you're thinking, do you mind if I kill something? I must admit though, I was listening to On Your 6, Justin did a playthrough for a Gamescast for the other early ones, and I did go on Amazon and have a look at Mass Effect Trilogy. Because I never played 1, I started from 2 because it wasn't available.
it wasn't on PS4.
Just keep it at that, mate.
But now there's a PS4 trilogy version.
It's PS4 one.
Do you know what? When this is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the PS3. I didn't realise they remastered it for PS4.
Oh, maybe it's the PS3 one. Don't fucking kill me.
Sorry, no, it's
It
okay.
might be the PS3. Oh no, you're right. It is a PS3 version, but they are thinking they would remaster the trilogy version for PS4. And I thought, well, I would pick that up and play it from start to finish, as a female shepherd, not as a male twat, and just do it again. Because I do like that game, and I would have picked it up, irrespective of the stupid memes and the tweety faces, because it's the animation that has always been a bit weird. What the fuck? Who gets really upset about cutscenes, for fuck's sake? You're normally trying to skip through the motherfucking things so as you can play the game.
Unless it's the cutscenes with Miranda in 2, then, or Jack.
There is that, and
we'll leave them.
Because I think didn't the actress? She's the actress who plays the character of Ramon's back. She got death threats because she was misquoted as being one of the lead designers. And you're thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, what world do we live in? I think this goes back to previous. There are cunts out there. You pot belly fat little twats.
Right.
Get yourself a girlfriend.
Can I carry on this list then? We all done with Mass Effect. We all would have purchased it.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
go on.
I didn't purchase it, but I mean, we did say we'd talk about what I had to do to prevent myself from purchasing it.
Shall we do that after I do this list?
Can do, yep.
If it's about slamming your cock
Because
in the door,
there's not much on here. There's probably only one game I'm certainly interested in.
This is why we said you should have left it for last.
Right, okay. I'll edit it out and I'll put it in at the end. Mass Effect at the end, we'll go back over it. Anyway, other ones this month, that's PC, 3DS, PC. Oculus Rift, Rock Band VR. No, right. Mario Sports Superstars on the 3DS. You were going to get that, weren't you, Trev? No? Right.
Yeah, it's on my top. Do you know
He's
what?
got the hat.
I think Colin tweeted me. I got involved in some tweet conversation of, have you ever finished a Mario game? And I just had to tweet said, I've never fucking started one. And then was like, what? I said, Nintendo is one of those that just passed me by. I started out as an Atari guy, then and then came back as PC. The Nintendo world has. So Zelda, Mario, not a fucking clue.
Okay.
No, do you know what? I don't think I would be buying a 3DS just to play Mario, whatever it is. He's a fucking plumber. He won't turn up on time. He'd have overquoted me anyway, the fuckstick. I'll play Mario, the Polish plumber, because I know he'll turn up on time and he'll do a good job, and it'll be quite cheap.
Okay, out on the 28th next week. MLB The Show. No, fuck it.
Yeah.
I
I had a look at that.
Really?
Oh, it's got some good. I do like a bit of baseball, but I wouldn't play a fucking baseball game.
I've never taken you for it. It's just gay cricket, if you ask me.
It's a lot more fucking complicated than that.
It's rounders.
People think it's not rounders. It's a lot more complicated than that. Fuck, it's not just rounders.
It is. It's rounders.
I'm not going to even go into it.
It's rounders.
You're dead to me.
Okay.
Now. It's a lot more.
And the last one,
Boston Red Sox.
The last one out on the 28th. This one would attempt to me. Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 remix edition. So it's all 6 of the released Kingdom Hearts games remastered onto PS4 as one package, in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3, I believe. Certainly one I would have purchased. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts before, but I've always been intrigued by them. I always wanted to try them, and that would have been an ideal kind of purchase for me. Anyone else? Any thoughts?
I'd have been tempted.
You never tempted?
No.
Oh,
I would have been tempted.
you would have been tempted, sorry.
Yeah.
Just because it's got that little tie-in with Final Fantasy as well. I think that's why I like it, and it's a Square Enix game. Yeah. So, going back, Mass Effect Andromeda. Who would have purchased it? No, we'll cut that. I'll edit it in. I'll just switch it all around. It's at the end.
Yeah.
What did you have to do to not purchase it, did you?
So, as I say, I was
through your
hovering over the button. I was looking longingly in the game storefronts on my way to work.
Was that with a Greg's pie in your hand?
Costa coffee in
just
my hand.
the crumbs going down.
Come on, I'm
Hello,
a bit more
darkness,
upscale than
my
that.
old friend.
But obviously, the big temptation for me was I had all that credit sitting there already on the system, and I literally could have just pressed the button and it would have been mine. So I literally hovered over it for 2 days. So the only way I could stop myself from doing it, and thank you Sony for being 10 years old, I bought digital versions of games I already own until I got to the point that my credit was less than being able to afford Mass Effect. That's how I stopped myself from buying it.
You nutcase.
I spent
Why didn't you just
60
buy some
quid
PS
on
subscription
buying
or something?
digital games of games I already have to
Why
make sure I
didn't you just
didn't have
buy
enough
used
money
PS
to
Plus?
buy Mass Effect.
That is...
I'm not going to say anything.
Only way I can stop myself from buying
You
that
don't
fucking
want
game.
you wouldn't want to edit this rant out about what I am now thinking.
Go on, Trev. Go on.
Why didn't you just extend your PS Plus with it?
Well, the games I already had, so there was no point. So I
Listen,
bought like
you would've got
Diablo 3 in digital version, so it means I don't have to look for the fucking disc next time I load it up.
So you've got them physical copies and then you bought digital copies.
It's games
oh,
I own.
yeah. Yeah.
It's not new games. It's
Oh no, I didn't mean new games.
And what will probably happen now is your fucking saves won't work because you start it on the digital version, and no, you started on the physical version. Now you've got a digital version. You're like fucking Colin and his fucking Witcher 3 bullshit where he sold his fucking real version, got the digital, couldn't put his saves on because they're all fucking attached to each other. Sorry.
okay. Never had that problem.
We're older men. We have a lot of other problems. I mean, fuck those. But no, that does happen. I did it with Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. I bought the US version, bought the DLC down, and realised that that's why I've got about 7 copies of Fallout 3 New Vegas for no apparent reason.
But that's more of a international issues, not rather than physical v digital.
But on The Witcher 3, it did work like that. The digital version has a different SKU than the physical version. So I think when Colin did it, he couldn't get his saves to work for Witcher 3 because he'd started on a physical copy and then fucking sold his and then got a digital because he's a twat. Yeah. Old senile fuck.
First world problems, eh?
I know. But anyway,
Yeah,
I'm now in the situation where I cannot get Mass Effect, and the minutes after getting to the point where I didn't have enough money to buy it, just the hunger for it just died away. I think it's just such a temptation because I had that credit sitting there.
So what happens when it comes up in a sale then?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, 2 months' time, it's 50% off, and you've got enough money again. You're going to buy more games that you already own.
It might be though. It's Sony. Come on.
Anything not to be the first to cave.
See,
I'm not willing to spend my Joker in the same
first
month I spent my gift. That's just fucking lunacy.
Yeah, in the first quarter of the year.
Exactly.
I'm just speechless.
Yeah, what a twat.
Exactly. What a monumentous twat. You
Twat.
I'm
Yeah, I know. Instead of using my Joker, I'll buy all the games I've got before in my credit. Instead of saving my credit till later on in the year when I can buy the fucking game, I'll spend my credit now on shite I've already got. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me, actually.
Yes, yeah, there's a quorum here. It makes perfect sense to you, but not to the other three of us who are just thinking, what the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Oh, well.
It's his money, and he'll do what he wants with it.
Yeah.
Yep, it's his. He can wash as fast as he wants.
You know what? I can't wait till you guys have used your gift or your Joker and something comes up and tempts you. Because I want to see if you have the willpower to move past it and keep resisting it. Or if you cave like a fucking house of cards.
It's already happened. I have a list of about 10 games already out this year that, had I not been on the challenge, I would have purchased.
Yeah, so have I. But I'm saying,
four of them.
I've used up my gift, right? I'm already in a position where I'm now going to leave myself with only one more exception for this year. And the temptation was quite high. Use that for Mass Effect.
We're only fucking 3 months in, for fuck's sake. We haven't come to the dry period. The desert period is coming now. We're coming into Q2. This is the fucking desert time. Hey, I just watched a YouTube clip of the trailer for Senran Kagura, and you're thinking, I wouldn't have bought that game. I'd have been ringing some fucker in Japan saying, stick this in an envelope for me, mate. You know what I mean? Do the deal. Yeah. Okay, Digi, however you wanted to deal with it in your own way. Me, chain smoking and alcohol is the way I get through my day, so yeah, whatever.
So yeah, that's everything that's out this month, dude.
No, it's not.
What have you got?
You fuckstick. See this? Oh, well,
your list.
Look at my list, shall
Okay. Your list.
Did you not miss Thimbleweed Park by Ron Gilbert?
Oh yeah.
Point and click. The king of the point and click. The king of the point and click.
Yeah, not on my list.
Sorry, what's his name again?
Is it a PC game?
Rod Gilbert.
No, it's not actually. Fuck's sake, my eyes are going. It's on Xbox One and PC. It's out at the end of the month. Maybe your little site doesn't do it. I had a look at it. It's the character. It's old style, real bad fucking graphics.
It's like Manic Mansion style, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's it looks like Scully and Mulder sort of crime bullshit. There were a couple of others, but I thought they were just a bit horse shitty anyway. Actually, no, one was Dreamfall Chapters.
Yes, I do have that on the list. I skipped over it because it was...
Why?
Dreamfall Chapters was... Okay.
It's on It's on.
Yeah, no. What have you heard of it? I've never heard of it. It's just I was trying to be succinct in my list.
Yeah, I'd have bought that.
Yeah.
I'd have bought that
I've
if
heard
it
of
was...
it. It's a long-running fucking game series.
Is it? Never heard of it.
Now I see how this works.
I've not heard of it. It doesn't exist.
I didn't hear of it.
The trolling is strong in this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that doesn't exist. Yeah. Okay then. Oh, what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah, okay then. I don't know, whatever I fucking feel like.
What?
Pile progress.
Our progress. Oh, okay.
Who wants to go first? Linton, you go first, because these two fuckers are boring me now.
I'll go first then. I've cleared off...
Because we can't touch what Digi says anymore, because clearly he's lost it this month.
I've cleared off one game off my pile. What is it? Is that memorable? I can't even remember what it was. Doom. Yeah, Doom. Doom's been cleared off the pile.
Which Doom?
Doom. Yeah, the new one, PS4.
Enjoy it?
Okay.
No, not really.
Well,
No, sorry.
It's a Bethesda game. How can you not enjoy it?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm host tonight. You cannot not enjoy a Bethesda game. So rethink that answer again. How much did you enjoy Doom?
Not very much. No, I put about 2 hours into it and just binned it off. Wasn't appealing to me. Wasn't doing anything for me.
Steve, can you re-edit it and go, oh, I loved Doom really much. It was a great game. Busted, man. Fucking best game I ever played. Better than that Halo shite. Yeah, just put that in over.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
Boston, mate. It was Boston. Oh. Yeah, other than that, a couple of just fired up a couple of games, but not really put much into it. Played a bit of Resident Evil 5 with Steve.
Yeah, that's good.
I've had a really, really busy few weeks at work, and I've just been shattered when I get home, so I've not had any time to play any games, if I'm honest.
I had a busy day at work this week. I answered 3 emails. Fuck me, almost killed me. It stopped me from going outside to have a cigarette one day. And a conference call, the jammy fuckers. Jesus Christ, do they not know my schedule?
I'll tell you what I did do though. I had an afternoon where I put all my games into my PS4 and updated. So downloaded all the patches, got them all updated and installed. So when I do actually get round to playing them, I should be able to just pop them in and start playing straight away.
Did you do your stamp collection as well? Did you have to size that?
It was fun.
Ironed your underwear at the same time.
Yeah.
And your socks.
No, I was changing nappies and doing bottles at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on a conversation a bit later about changing nappies as well, because I did look at the questions.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Oh, we got another Trev confession, have we?
No. It was something that Tony saw, and I actually had a.
Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah. So that's my poll progress. It's not a lot, but yeah, that's what I've done this month.
Right, guys,
Go
can I
on, Steve,
interject
you go.
60 seconds here?
Yeah, go on.
My headset's supposed to die.
No, I've decided you're not going to interject.
Yeah, the battery on my Bluetooth headset's about to die, so I'm going to lose being able to hear you very shortly.
So explain to me what that means now. Do you want to go next, or do you because you're going to have a fucking huge list? Because I saw you update. You fucking.
I've just seen it update on my Dropbox.
Just do your short list then. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, this month I've only done a couple of games actually. Both Stevo and I have started up, and I've personally finished a game that I've been looking at, and that's Rebel Galaxy.
Yeah, it's good.
That was a recommendation, wasn't it, from Spink?
I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah. It's kind of... It got hold of me with both hands, literally a day after we'd have last recorded, and I've pretty much played it non-stop. I think there's only one achievement I don't have in it, and it's
the Pirate Lord
a bit
one?
of a random bullshitty one.
Is it the Pirate Lords?
Yeah, 20 Pirate Lords.
Yeah, I've got to that point as well. I put 60 plus hours in it, and I've still only found 11 Pirate Lords, and fuck it, not bothering. I spent a night going around different systems. And
so I've literally hammered that game out. Apart from that, I hammered out Saints Row, Get Out of Hell.
Oh
yeah, I saw that.
No, that's
I rattled through that over the course of a week, and just got, I would say, about 90% of that done. I think I'm actually at 97%. Something stupid like that. And
so these aren't fives then.
These are
They're
fives.
Not fives. You're still going to, or are they now become sixes where you're going to go back to it?
Never picking it up again.
You're never going to pick up Rebel Galaxy again.
No, fuck that bullshit.
That last achievement is so random.
Hours trying to get that achievement, and I got 4 Pirate Lords. So fuck it, can't be arsed. And there's no tracking, so you can't see how many you've actually got.
Yeah, there is. There's a stats thing. Go into your main menu. Go to
no,
stats.
don't tell me that.
There's a stats thing that tells you exactly all the achievements.
No, good. Press L1. Press L1. It will tell you all the time.
L2.
Do you not know that? L1 fixes everything. L2. Fucking hell! I can't even get it right.
Can't even get your own joke right.
Fuck! That's why I get it wrong.
Press pause. It's under system, and then you've got controller options, and then right at the very bottom there's stats. And that tells you everything.
Right, okay, I'll leave it as a 4 for the moment, and I'll take a look, and if it's bullshit numbers on that Pirate Lord, I'm dumping it. But certainly, Get Out of Hell, I'm calling it a day with that. Some of it's just like fill out these stupid challenges. It's like Mad Max. You know, you get to a certain point with the challenges and you go, this isn't fun anymore. So I've finished majority of that and I'm done. And the only other thing I've played is a free-to-play, like voxel-based MMO thing called Trove. Which,
I saw you on that the other day.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, done a bit of dicking around on that. It's a bit
Xbox.
of fun. Bit pick up and play-ish. So it was quite enjoyable, it was refreshing. But that's literally it. It was very lackluster month for me, to be honest.
And
Question,
Ghost
Dish.
Recon.
Question about Get Out of Hell. How long did it take you to finish the campaign, or how long did you spend in the game?
Oh God. See, the campaign itself is actually quite short.
Yep.
There's like 1, 2, 3. I think it's like 8, maybe 10 missions for that entire campaign. But there's mini bosses that you recruit. You've got like Shakespeare, Blackbeard, the twins from the Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4, and who's the fourth? Vlad the Impaler. And once you unlock them, you can then do side missions for them, and like loyalty missions and that sort of thing, and it unlocks other stuff. So it's quite enjoyable.
It's at this point in the recording that we lost Derek through a combination of battery death and Skype failure. But like the parting shot of a James Bond film, Derek McRoberts will return.
Go on,
Right,
Stevie,
mate.
it's you next.
I've had not a bad month.
Because we all know what I've been doing.
Fallout 4. There you go. No, I've actually had a bit. I've been putting a fair bit in this month. Last month I did start Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness. I kind of knocked that on the head. Not that I wasn't enjoying it. It's just I wasn't in the frame of mind for it. So I put about 7 to 8 hours in and put it to one side. So that's class 3 at the moment. So I'll go back to it later in the year, I think. Main thing I played is like Digi Rebel Galaxy. Put in 60 plus hours on that.
60 plus?
I've got one achievement left. That's the 20 Pirate Lords, and it's so fucking random. I just can't be arsed with it. So I've classified it. I'm not going back to it. It was a good game up until you've pretty much rinsed everything, and yeah, it just dragged on. Yeah, Rebel Galaxy, done and dusted, classified, not playing it anymore. Not even going to go back and get that platinum. No, can't be arsed. As Lynn said as well, did a bit of Resident Evil 5 with him. I quite enjoyed that. It's actually
I look forward to doing some more, mate.
really good. I'm going to be doing co-op with Pete next week as well. And what I like about it,
well, just dump those then.
No. This is what I'm going on. Listen. This is
He did like your porn pose, mate. Yeah? Obviously,
fucking
Pete
listening.
sent him better pictures.
No,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
the good thing about Resident Evil 5 co-op is that because you've got one central character profile and all your equipment stays with whatever, you can jump in and jump out multiple co-op things. So it's just like if I go on with Pete for a wee bit, we can start off on the same point on the other one. It's just I just enjoy it. So
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright,
Don't worry.
Steve.
Don't
You
worry.
don't need to
You're
justify
fucked
it,
off
mate.
Don't worry.
Go and play with your new friend, it's okay.
Oh, fuck off. Got a code for the Gwent beta, so gonna give that a week.
You got a fucking code for the Gwent beta. I bought the fucking limited edition for that fucking thing. They never fucking sent me a fucking invitation. Cocksuckers.
I got it off AD. AD had a spare code. He didn't want it. He's not going to play a Gerald game, is he? So,
Oh, a second. This is AD who bidded me up at MLGX for the fucking Witcher 3, and the cunt couldn't give me the free bit.
Hey.
I tell you what, he's dead. I'm bringing a big suitcase and a tarpaulin this year, and AD is disappearing as soon as I fucking find him. Just have to find somewhere to dump his body now. Oh, no.
What else?
I'll get some foreign tourists just to troll it around, going, hey, if I put this sandwich board on and you're just promoting something, just fuck off and take the case with you on the train.
What else? I have started now Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. So that's now Class 3. I'm actually quite enjoying that. It's I don't know. It felt a bit weird to begin with because it had been nearly 2 years since I'd played Human Revolution. I think I'm balls deep on it now, so I'll be playing that through to Class 5. So that'll probably be another. I'll still be playing it next month.
I tell you what, I'll give you a tip with that game because I don't think it is on my. It might be on my list, but that game, there's a shit boss fight in that where if you have dropped, and it's the same reason why I hate fucking Duke Nukem. I dropped the weapon to pick up a shit one, got into one of the boss fights, and you are fucking knackered because you can't pick up a good weapon once you're in.
I don't think I've come across a boss yet.
Yeah, there is one.
I haven't come across one yet.
Well,
I've gone off to I've just come back from the Augmented Rights Coalition, so gone off to wherever, and I'm back in Prague again. So it's me coming back from Golem City, and I'm just back in Prague again.
Okay.
So yeah.
I walked away from it.
Quite enjoying it because I'm doing my usual. I'm doing all the side quests before doing the main stuff.
Well, that's the way you play games.
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's a main quest in games. What? Who fucking does that?
Yeah.
Idiots.
So what else? What else am I doing? Class 3, some PS Plus titles. Actually, I'll probably Class 5 on a Gauntlet. I don't know. Can't get into it. Played a bit of Broforce and Not a Hero for a little bit. And the only other one I'm playing, and Trev's going to go, yeah, not 6. I've been playing Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy. Gone back to that. He's looking into space.
I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
It's the very first ever Final Fantasy game I ever played, way back in 1992. And one of my friends, before the challenge started, lent me his cart. And yeah, going through it still works. The save file's still working it after 25 odd years. In fact, my old save file from 4th year at school still on it because I borrowed it off him then. But Steve,
in old days, games fucking worked.
Well, this worked.
So you didn't have to have a fucking big update, and as long as you kept the fucking save file, you could fucking.
It's
Not
all
like
good.
Today.
It's a battery pack. It's one of those old watch batteries in there, so I'm surprised it still works. So yeah, so I'm going to be enjoying that as well. Playing that on my lunch break. I've got the old fat grey number.
The grey one, yeah.
Still works.
It's solid, but it'll be solid state memory, won't it?
No,
it's chip based.
well, it's battery powered flash memory in it.
Yeah, it's actually in the cartridge.
Well, flash memory doesn't.
Well, it's a battery powered
flash
RAM or something in it. So it's as soon as the battery runs out, you lose all your save files. So it's not like the solid state flash drives you have now. So because there's a big thing at the moment, all the people are having problems with Pokemon carts because the batteries are dying, so they're losing all the saves.
Yeah, you can still play the game, you just can't save it.
Yeah,
but
so yeah,
it's pretty easy to fix though, mate. To put a new battery in.
Yeah, but you lose your save.
You lose your save, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's Final Fantasy Adventure. It's a nice little Zelda-esque action RPG.
Yep, again, lost me again. You used the word beginning with Z. Don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, hopefully should finish that one in the next week because it's only about 8 hours long in total. Yeah, and that's me done for my list this month.
My pile progress is obviously fucking 0, basically. So what I did was I fired up fucking hell.
Fallout 4, come on.
What's that game you guys like that you've been playing?
Halo.
No. The one you're obsessed with.
And I'm going to say Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that one. Final Fantasy, was it 15?
15, yeah.
Oh, you were playing that?
Yeah, is that the one? I got to the garage with the girl with the big tits.
Yeah.
That's the game we're talking about. Yeah, I got there. And I got killed just because I thought, I'd have a look around. Got killed, and I thought, oh no.
How do you die at that
I'm not
point?
in the frame of mind to do this. So what I'll do is I'll go and clear Duke Nukem Forever off my pile. Had to start again because I lost the save and thought, fuck this. So I went back to Fallout 4 and thought I'd clear up Nuka World. I really do hate and detest that DLC.
I've still not done it, dude.
Because of the... Well, I tell you what, I'll give you a tip.
Don't bother.
No. It gets quite crazy in the end. I hate the fact that you have to go and obviously take over your previous settlements for the raiders. And the trophies are completely fucked on it, though. You've got to get 100,000... It's another one of these big fucking fetch quests, 100,000 bullshit stuff. There's one quest that's given you as a side mission that is not a trophy that deserves it. There's 4 heads of the other raiders, and you can take them out. If you play the game through, 2 of them get taken out anyway, and then there's a misnomer. So I've sort of done the main story for Nuka Cola. Just got some bits to tuck up. I haven't going to finish it because now I'm going to have to go back to the Commonwealth and slaughter every raider settlement I've set up, basically, because I can't leave the game with these motherfuckers playing in my fucking settlements. So yeah, I went back to that and I'm quite enjoying it, and I've posted some clips. But now I am so fucking overpowered, it just becomes a joke. You know, you're going along and the Brotherhood of Steel turns up in a fucking word, and you're thinking, yeah, really? Dum, you're done. I'm so much so, I play as a female character. I'm wandering around in a red dress, shooting the fuck out of people going, yeah. So you've got the Brotherhood of Steel jump here. You're in a red dress with ponytails. Piper's got a red dress on. Boom, boom, boom. Let's keep walking. So I haven't done anything. But I'm just having so much fun. And it's why we all buy that sort of game. Why, I would have bought Mass Effect if I ever wasn't doing it, because it's just one of those games you sort of love. So I'm good.
We'll go back to it at some point. I just, like you, I've not done that last bit of DLC. I started it, but it's just for some reason it wasn't clicking. It didn't feel like it was.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't click with me. It is completely wrong. Why give me a game that I've invested over 100 hours in to build up all these settlements and slaughter raiders at sight, and then give me a piece of DLC where, you know what you need to do? You need to look after these raiders and build up their empire. No, because I fucking hate them. They're a bunch of cocksuckers. But it was good about killing them all and being so overpowered. Well, actually, not in Nuka World, it takes more than one shot. I did have to restart, because I'm playing in survival mode as well. And that's the fucker, because you have to now walk across the Commonwealth to sort all this motherfucking shit out. Sleep, only 3 saves. I put my other PS4 on just in case I had another save. So what happened? It must have uploaded those saves into the cloud and overwrote the saves I had on the PS4. And it did it 2 or 3 times until I thought, shit, turn this fucker off. And yeah, so that's that. So anyway, that's the end of it. So, Linton, did any of the cocksuckers actually leave us a question?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you got an email, have you, from...
Should I do the email
Colin
first? Let's do the email from Colin
Colin's
first.
email.
Because there might actually be some content in this email. Because the question...
What do you mean? There's good content here?
I'm referencing the questions that we've been given, Trevor.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I take back my...
Fucking hell.
My outburst.
Right, so...
My ejaculation of surprise.
Colin's email.
Using the old-fashioned word, the word of ejaculation.
This is the first time I've read this email, so bear with me a second. Hello, gentlemen. Just listening to episode 3. I'm loving the whole hype discussion, which comes around...
I don't remember that hype discussion.
Yeah, neither do I. Which comes around with every new game release. oh, you need this game, it's fantastic, you need to buy this, and the next week it's something else. We are so distracted easily, hence why I'm always in trouble. So you know that Year of Shame 5 challenge I was trying to do. Well, I have a friend who won the lotto, apparently. No, wait, Terry already used that one. Is this a reference to their challenge? Yeah, the lotto friend.
Won,
Anyway, he got his Switch. Sorry, I got my Switch and Zelda. Yes, Trevor, I have the mental age of a 6-year-old, but anybody who knows me will agree with that statement. Well, I was in such a great mood that I went and bought a mini NES, which I've been looking out for since last Christmas. So, lasted all of 62 days out of 364, which is an achievement for me. Lol. Every year is the so-called best year for games. I hear this crap every year. So stay strong, gentlemen, and just think about how cheap you can get all these £60 games for next year. Love the show, lads. Take care, Colin. Yeah, thanks, Colin. Thanks for sending that in.
Like none of us thought he would get this far anyway. This is the guy who has failed it 3 years on the fucking trot.
62 days he's lasted.
He's a trier.
What's he done? He's bought, what, £400, £450 worth of gear?
Yeah. I'd say over the last 3 years he's probably accumulated a year's worth of Year of Shame. Not in one go.
I must admit, I do chat to Colin quite a bit every so often. So, got the Switch thing now. I am slightly tempted. No, I wouldn't buy one this year. I'd wait for him to iron out all this stuff. Because the Vita is obviously clearly coming to an end, I do like my handheld gaming, and I think because Skyrim would come out on the Switch eventually, and then hopefully then Bethesda would put Fallout 4 or a Fallout on it, I would be tempted with that. And also because there's a lot of indie games on it. As I say, Nintendo passed me by, so I'm not interested in Nintendo games. I don't Mario, Zelda, I don't know. But if there was a lot of indie games coming out in a handheld, I would be slightly tempted next year to think about it. I know I'm not 6. I'm not playing Mario Kart or any other fucking Zelda girly horseshit game. But it's a Japanese. I've seen some of the other games on there. There's a couple of Senmuka girly type games that would come out on there. It's
really?
Japanese. It's bound to be some weird
I
shit.
thought they'd have family friendly stuff there.
Yeah, and
I've seen a couple of games that seem to waver on not necessarily family friendly. They're Japanese, for Christ's sake. Even their family friendly games are going to be weird. It sounds like a very good handheld unit, and I just think the fact that Sony had a great handheld but just didn't fucking invest any money, I've got a sneaky suspicion that Nintendo may see that there's a market for a handheld. As a large console machine, I don't think for me it would work, but as a handheld, I could see the Switch working for me.
It's definitely a niche, isn't it, that Nintendo have got there.
To be honest, I'm still not fussed. The only thing that would interest me is that Breath of the Wild, and I'm not going to spend several £100 for one game. There's no other franchises on Nintendo that would really bring me back. So I'm quite happy with my handheld stuff anyway, my Game Boy and my Vita and my 3DS. So I've got everything, pretty much there at the moment.
Breath of the Wild is the best game ever made, though, Steve.
Is it?
Apparently so. It got 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean,
all Zeldas are like that.
It was number 4 in the charts before it was even released.
I might use this time to pick up a Wii U, because I still haven't got one.
I had a Wii U, mate, for quite a while. I sold it not long ago. But, yeah, I had a lot of fun on that console. It is a good little console, and there's some really good first-party games on there.
Well, I think the only reason I want the Wii U is for the Zelda HD remakes. That's it. Don't want anything else, to be honest.
Well,
Hyrule Warriors. You like Dennis the Warriors, don't you?
I've got Hyrule Warriors on the 3DS.
Yeah, it's a
so
great game, that is.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it edged into the list. PSR, PlayStation VR is something that is obviously on the high list, but because of my ongoing rant with PlayStation, the Xbox Scorpio is now edged on top of the list. If I don't sort that out, I am going to buy myself an Xbox Scorpio and just do that. Because I also saw that on the group that there may be a VR
How
version
influences
of
your
Fallout 4
decision
coming
in
out.
the slightest?
There was a
The Xbox
Fallout 4
Scorpio.
build being tested at Eurogamer last year.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it wasn't much cop. It was literally just walking. It was a walking simulator, basically. That section of the game where you walking into the vault when the apocalypse has hit. But it sort of showed. They were just showing off the hardware and what could possibly.
How did I miss that at Eurogamer last
did.
year? Oh, of course I forgot.
Because you didn't go in.
Yeah. I did my own walking simulator by trying to get to the fucking bar and not falling over.
What the walking to the travelator on the way through to the NEC? That's the only walking simulator you just have.
We went in
Am I
there.
sober? Have I fallen over?
And Digi had an invite to go and test this particular machine. And there was one machine that had the Fallout 4 test on there, test run, walking simulator. And then the other one had Pac-Man. So it was
yes.
Yeah.
I saw that. I just saw it. They were running Pac-Man at the time. I didn't realise there was a Fallout 4 one as well.
There was, yeah. So there was two there. I think it's a very early build of the hardware, but it looked interesting. If that's your bag, then they're obviously looking into doing it, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, okay. So what's the next bizarre fucking question?
Okay.
Because this week I actually looked at them and thought
We don't have many this month. I don't think.
We don't have many. We've got 4 questions coming. I'll just go straight from the top. Adamski wants to know, if you could jump into a pool of something, what would it be? Trevor?
the same pool in Senra Kagura Splash Beach thing, because that will just do me. In a virtual reality world. Okay, Senra Kagura Splash Beach Party VR. I jump into that pool naked,
dirty dude,
with my flappy foreskin running around. I could lasso them from a distance. Go.
It'd be more like pool cover, won't it? You'd be worried you get trapped underneath the surface.
It's not that fucking big. Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea. It'd have to be something boring like beer.
Well, that's also a given, though.
Yeah.
I jump into a pool of Jack Daniels
Gin
and
and
Coke.
tonic. Oh.
Would your kidneys survive drinking your way out of it?
Probably not, but it'd be a good way to go. Bloody
Am I the only person who'd be
Pickles.
greedy and want to do like a Scrooge McDuck style dive into a pool of gold?
That would hurt. That's a cartoon. That's not real life.
Okay.
I hear David Tennant's going to play Scrooge McDuck in something.
Really?
What?
Yeah, there's a new Scrooge McDuck. And David Tennant's going to voice the character, or it's probably the Glaswegian version where he cuts up the fucking Huey and Dewey with a fucking knife at the end of it and go, "Hey, fuck that! I'll cut your heart and eat it."
Okay. Next question. Richard Forder. At what age, in brackets post 6 years old, would Trevor consider acceptable to play a Nintendo game? He kind of already answered that, hasn't he?
Me?
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah, for
He
you.
wants one.
well, no. Whoa. I wouldn't play a Nintendo game. I'd buy a Switch for the independent games, and then I've already told you, the Scorpio is now edged to the list because of my issues with PlayStation, which is still going to be fucking rectified. I've escalated that bit, or I'd get PlayStation VR. Nintendo just is one of these things that has passed me by. I just can't go back and start playing Mario games and Zelda. I've never been invested in that, so I don't understand it. So I don't know. Is that from me? Because clearly that's never going to fucking happen.
It was.
I'm a 50-year-old man, for fuck's sake.
You even tagged you in the question.
Days till I die.
So I think that's a firm no. There's another question for Trevor, actually. Well, it's not for Trevor. It's just inspired by Trevor. So inspiration from Trevor. This is from Tony, by the way. Tony Hodgkinson. Epic Tone Dog. If and when you start using tenor absorbent pads for men, what size would you be going for? He wants us to keep our ego and over-exaggeration aside. Let's keep it real, he says.
Now, the embarrassing thing is, I actually went on Amazon to have a look at the price of these things.
Really?
So I've done some. I actually have had a look at them. So you can get the tenor, just the pads,
Which is like a cup.
which just fit over your cock. You can get
What this?
whole
Whoa! Go back a bit. When you say fit over your cock, are they like a pad, or is this like some kind of
it's a
condom
it's a
type
pad
thing
that
that you
goes-
slip into?
Well, basically, it's a male tampon that goes.
Well, so you
inside
jam
your
something
pants.
up? No, dude.
No, you don't.
Wait, that's what you do with tampons.
No, it's a pad. It's a pad.
It's a pad.
think-
alright,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't fucking. Well, I don't use tampons, Steve, so I've never actually tried to shove one up my cock.
And-
but if whatever floats your boat, mate. Maybe that's why you can only do one shape, because you've got a tampon stuck up there. But don't they expand? That'll be
Yeah.
cool.
I think the best description for them is it's like a jock strap. When it's got a cup,
right.
It's like a jock strap.
like a protective cup.
Okay,
But
I'll
obviously
share
it's soft and
my-
absorbent.
Do you know toxic shock syndrome with tampons?
Yes.
I have heard of that, yes.
I may have had to, maybe for a lady friend, have to remove one because she'd lost the string with my own fucking fingers.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I'm not saying she was a class bird. We did get married. Not my current wife, previous wife. Don't ever fucking say it to my current wife. She'd fucking kill me. She's a lovely woman. No, I had to do it for... actually, I've done it for a couple of girlfriends, I think.
Yeah, I've also had to do that, Trevor.
Yeah, it's a yeah. What, you got it up there? Why am I fucking having to rummage around like a fucking okay, whatever.
Let me ask you this.
Normally talk to the business.
Let me ask you this.
What am I going to do with this now? I'm not going to chew it. I'm going to fucking chuck it over my shoulder. Anyway, so I've had to do.
Let me ask you though, Trevor.
So,
let me ask you, who discovered it? Was it you or her?
She's just pulling, and it's just like, well, what's this fucking strip?
Yeah,
I'm sure there was more to it.
I think she discovered it.
Okay.
I do have another bad story, but I'm not going to fucking mention that because that's just that'll X-rate this completely.
Well,
no, I've
I've done it.
Okay, well, I've been in the situation where I was the person who discovered.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just
Okay then. We have all been
No, I
there
haven't.
thinking this is a bit like a rusty penny, and then what's this? And then have to go to the bathroom and that takes fucking ages to wash out. I mean that's more than a Head and Shoulders. That's a Head and Shoulders and bleach, and you're thinking, you could have fucking told me. In your head, you're just going, yeah, we'll see if he works it out, motherfucker. Now he'll put the fucking bins out when I ask him to put the bins out. Motherfucker. So yeah, you can get anyway. Back to the tenor, mate. Seamless. See how I did that? Seamless. You can get them just as pads.
yeah.
You can buy them as actually disposable pants, or what I found really fucking weird, you can get them as reusable pants, which must mean you haven't only just pissed in them, you might have just had a bit of a backdoor problem with them. But yeah, I had a look at them. You can buy them in packs of... they come in packs of 8, you can buy them in packs of 10, about 97 quid.
What? 97?
Yeah, but you get about 80, they're about £1.98 a piece. So yeah, anyway, Tone Dog, I'd say medium.
I'd wait and get them on prescription. I'd stop paying for it.
Yeah. Fucking £1.97 each.
Whoa! I don't fucking need them. I just thought, I'd do some research for the question.
Yeah, but the thing is now, on your Amazon account, they've now seen that you've been researching this, and you're going to get all these targeted ads.
Oh yeah, trust me, I get some of the weirdest targeted ads ever. It's bizarre.
Is it like when you get your bus pass, when you get to a certain age, you start getting them for free?
I don't have a bus pass yet. I'm not that old
Yet.
Oh, actually, maybe I'll check. Maybe I'll Google that and see what Google sends me.
Do I get tenner pads with my bus pass?
Looked at prostate investigations.
Yeah, so obviously I hadn't looked up these pads at all. But
you don't need them yet, do you? That's
well, exactly. I wouldn't buy them. I'd just get one of those, get some reusable nappies or something when I get to that sort of age.
But reusable nappies are bulky. So I'm led to believe.
Yeah, but so much these things. Once you have a piss in them, they must expand like a sponge. So you're walking around looking like you've got. Well, actually, might be worth it because you look like you're well hung or something.
But you're of an age where you can't use it, so
yeah.
We'll have to ask Epic Tone Dog. I don't think you necessarily. I think it's for drips. It's not for full-fledged catheter bag 10-gallon pissing out of, because they're only small things I reckon everyone's going to know, because you're going to have piss running down your legs and there's a little dry patch around your crotch. You're going, yeah, I'm wearing Tenormen, ladies. Can you guess? Yeah, because you've got piss running down your legs, but a dry patch around your crotch. Yep. It's all fresh and nice where the crotch is, but just don't go either side where the piss is. If it feels a bit damp on either side of your head.
Okay, right.
What's the next question then?
The last question is a serious question and it's relevant to the challenge.
A serious question?
Yeah.
Can't deal with serious questions.
So Dave Packer wants to know if we have had the worst luck of all the What Year of Shame challenges due to the amount of titles already out this year, or has there been an unluckier Year of Shame foursome?
Yeah, easy. Any Year of Shame foursome that had column on it, because they were fucked from the start.
I think in terms of games that have been released,
well.
we've had a pretty difficult start to the year for sure. But at this point, it's only 25% through. We're comparing the other years to full years, aren't we? So ask us again in 6 months' time, and we might feel differently.
I looked at it as years that I could have done.
Right, yeah.
I looked, I think, Year of Shame 3, 2015. That's when The Witcher 3 came out and Fallout 4. I'd have been fucked. Oh, and also Metal Gear, The Phantom
Pain,
whatever it was, horseshit. Yeah, boy, yeah, The Phantom Pain. Still have to finish that fucking game. That's on my list. Now, I'd have maybe if I was on the Year of Shame, I wouldn't have bought that game. But I definitely used up everything for Fallout 4 and the Witcher.
Yeah, it feels as though it's been a good start to the year. There's been a lot of really big, not only existing IPs but new IPs coming out, and there's been a lot of buzz around 7-8 games. I don't know whether we're the unluckiest. I honestly can't remember the previous years, what the first quarters were like, to be honest. Last year, I think we had the Division at around about this point. I don't really remember any games before that. Maybe
I don't personally remember at this point of any year where there would have been the amount of games that I would have gone for as there is this year. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, before the challenge started, I looked at the list of games and thought, I don't really want anything in that list. As soon as the challenge has hit, we come to March, and there's 8-10 games I would have bought.
Also, as well, going forward, there is a couple of big games coming out. I mean, for me, Final Fantasy 12, for yourself, Destiny 2,
Mass Effect as well.
Other titles. We're not. Is the rest of the year going to be a bit drier? It's hard to tell at the moment. So maybe it's been a better first quarter, but we could see rest of the year's pretty dry. Just don't know.
I think it also depends on the mix of the guys who are doing it, because as Digi say, Digi's not a stealth player. He won't sit there and time how many times something comes over in, say, something like Sniper 3, where I will fucking anally sit there for hours and do that. So it depends on the game mix. So I think back who's done it. So Column doesn't count because as soon as an amiibo comes up, he's fucking bought it. But, it depends. It depends on if you've got someone who's a big online gamer, and an online gaming game comes out. That's it. I think that's the beauty of this hobby, and why we all take the piss out of each other for why some of us become absolutely passionate about one thing. It's like Phil and Destiny. When people go, oh, this community just talks about Destiny because Phil loves his online gaming. He's a Gears of War guy. He's a Destiny guy. This is probably why you would never see him on something like this. If this was a year where there were no online gaming, someone like Phil could survive it. But if Phil was doing this and suddenly a whole load of online games came out, he'd be fucked. Yeah. And I think it goes down on the individuals. I mean, on the individual person themselves. I mean, the thing I was looking at today, when we look, because of this thing about shit games getting reviews, Elder Scrolls is overdue a mainline release, apart from the onliners. It's coming up, and you know how Bethesda work, where they'll just suddenly fucking say, oh, well, you know what, Elder Scrolls 6 comes out in September.
Yeah.
Have a good one. You go, no, well, where the fuck did that come from, you motherfuckers? You normally do I know, but Bethesda will just chuck it out. But I looked, it's what, 5 years between each release?
Yeah.
Normally. So
it's about
this
time.
is year 5. Yeah, so it's about time for a Elder Scrolls thing to drop. And if that fucking happened this year, I've already got my pre-release done for Red Redemption. I'm going to be sitting there going, oh, fucking bollocks. That is just not fucking happening. You motherfuckers, Bethesda. And I know it's not going to work when I fucking get it anyway. Over to you then, Linton. You're the domestics man.
Domestics. Email. You can email us. What is it, Steve?
Email address. Let me just check. I think it's YoS Challenge.
Yeah, here's our domestics guy.
It's YoS Challenge 5 at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Twitters. I'm Linton _86. Stephen is.
Am I Steve-O A _76 or Steve-O A 76? I can't remember. I think it's no underscore.
We're doing well tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
Trevor?
I'm at TrevDXB and Digi's at Digital Pariah.
Yeah, it's a Digital Pariah.
Hey, I'm at Digital Pariah. I am blue and how's things fucking good.
I will edit it in later and I'll do a little voiceover saying, at this point we lost Digi. Just so people don't realise.
I can do Digi. No one will know the fucking difference if I do Digi. Elite Son, yes, at Digital Pariah. You can find me on Facebook as well as Digital Pariah or Derek Roberts. How you doing, son? My wee son Steve's just coming back in now. It's Friday night. He's been out on the piss. God knows. Put that dead prostitute down, son. I'll cut him up later.
Yeah, we got a Facebook group. It's YoS Challenge 5 2017. Join us on there and come and get involved. We need to get a bit more activity coming from the Facebook group, I think.
Yeah, it only seems to pick up every now and again. It's not as active as last year's, I've noticed. But none of those last year's fuckers ever do anything on our Facebook. I remember last year we were all pushing away. They don't seem to join in at all. They've washed their hands of the challenge. Fuck them. Only AD ever pops on.
And thanks to modern technology, I can find all of you where you live. So put some fucking questions on, because you don't want me knocking at your door at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm actually back in the UK next week, so maybe I'll just do a round robin.
Whereabouts are you?
It's only a hit and run. I'm going to a funeral, so I'm going to be in Birmingham and then down to fuck knows, wherever my sister tells me I'm going. Because she just told me I had to go. Apparently, her husband got a fucking get out of jail card free, and I went, "How did you get not to go?" He said, "Oh, he's got a squash game on." Oh, he doesn't go to the funeral because he's got a squash game on. What do I need to do to get out of this? He said, "You have to come." I went, "Oh, fucking hell. And what if I got a squash tournament?" He says, "You don't even play squash." I could learn to play squash so I don't have to fucking come to this rat's ass funeral for all my cousins to say, "Oh, I haven't seen you for ages. Why don't we get together?" We do. Every time one of our uncles and aunts fucking dies, that's when we get together.
Okay, I can feel the sympathy oozing out of you there, Trev.
No, it's literally they last year, I think when I came back, they decided that we'd all get together. My sister went, "Oh yeah, our cousins want to get together." I went, "Well, what do they want? They want a kidney or something. They don't want my kidney." Literally, these fuckers haven't spoken to me for over 30 years. What the fuck do they want to talk to me for? Can they remember what a big cunt I was when I was younger? I didn't get any better as I got older. What the fuck do they want to talk to me for? They want me to come round their house. Their neighbours will see me smoking outside. So anyway, I digest, so I'm back in the UK next week. But it's only a hit and run. Oh yeah, you'll see me again at fucking EGX.
Cool. Okay, should we say our goodbyes? I've got to go.
Okay, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers for listening.
Bye, Linton. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye, bye.
Just dragged on.
Do you know, we could just take the piss out of Digi while he can't hear us. Oh no, he's got a headset.
He's got another one.
Never mind. No, he still hasn't plugged it in. Look at him, fucking like a lost fool, running around, trying to. You shouldn't have tied those cables up like that, motherfucker. Look at that. There he goes. There you go. Oh, off the screen. You see, he hasn't put his his Ghost Recon ones on. They probably don't fucking work.
Probably not.
Anyway, over to you because he's gonna plug something in.
Yeah.
Those are just for show, Trevor. They're not fit to be used.
They probably don't fucking work. That's why. He doesn't know that yet. They probably guarantee that no one will plug the fucking things in, so they don't realise that they're just a bunch of
collector's pieces.
Like
they're meant.
Oh, look, there is. Look underneath the table.
They break as soon as you take them out of the box.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Nope, over there. No, go on and keep going until he comes back.
Right. So it started. Doesn't matter how close he is to the router.
Fucking hell, really?
Don't worry. Remember the editing magic from last month? It was all good.
Just keep talking, and if we're laughing, it's an in-joke. Don't worry about
It's
it.
no good when you guys don't know what I'm saying, though, is it?
We can get vacant.
Even when I hear you speaking, I don't know what you're saying half the time.
Fuck off.
If it wasn't you letting it, it would have been me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, there was always a fallback.
In a second. Just like, oh, bugger. It stopped. Right, hold on, let me go back. Right. Act surprised. Oh, fucking press play. Oh, now it's not bloody working. Hold on. This is why.
This is the point of the podcast
do you know what I can tell you the thing about live demos. When you do live demos, make sure you fucking check the stuff works before you try and press it, because you look a right cunt.
I did. It's just it's on my phone.
So community, if you hear this now, this is the outtakes.
Yeah. Oh, but now it's gone halfway fucking through the fucking thing. Right, hold on.
We need one of those.
Do you know what? This had better be fucking shit hot.
No, it's not.
We need one of those BBC One style audit tones saying technical issues.
If this.
We're sorry, we're experiencing technical.
I'll put some lift music on at this point in the actual thing. Where the fuck did it go?
Is this the introduction to Mario Kart or something?
No, it's not. Where the fuck has it gone? I'll have to say. Oh, Jesus Christ! I had this prepped. I was busy doing this just before the show started. It's not on music.
What's great is this is actually meant to be to basically make me feel bad for the fact that I've picked up a game.
Yes.
So far, it's just making me amused.
Yeah, don't worry. It's
Oh, is that what it's for?
yes, because I've got a game on my list. The next one, let's fucking get this right. I'll get there eventually. Fuck off. Right, hold on. I will press in a second. The next game on the list is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, you may be hearing something. Is that okay for you?
That was going to end.